you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you're joining me from. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greeting according to your time zone. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You can be among the first to receive it. Then go to the comment section at all time. Leave your comment, drop your contribution. If you have suggestions, make it out there. If you have any criticism, put it down on the comment section. It will make us to get better, presenting you a better program. Welcome. Thank you for joining. I appreciate every one of you who have been patient to hang around with us. I appreciate every one of you that have been able to spend his or her time around here to stick around with us. Please hang on and share the broadcast as you are joining. In this very platform, we are having a very serious attack. You can see it by yourself as you join. When we started the program, we started with 30 people watching. But now you see they have pressed it down and make sure they kick people out until you see nobody anymore. That is what we are facing on a daily basis in our various platforms. In our various platforms where we are preaching the gospel of Biafra, they suppress us and make sure that people do not listen to our program. The only way we can overcome all this attack is by you helping to share. When you join the platform, you share the broadcast to all the WhatsApp group you belong. Share to family and friends. Share to anybody around you. That is where we can overcome these very challenges that we are seeing. We started very well. When I started this program, you saw how many people who were watching. More than 30 people came online. But before you know it, they pushed away everybody. They make sure they kick people out from this very program. But that will not stop me from saying what I want to say. That will not stop me from preaching the gospel of Biafra. That will not make me to stop passing the message. I will continue to pass the message of Biafra until we get our freedom. No man, no woman can stop me from preaching that message. Nobody can stop me from sending that information to my fellow brothers and sisters. We are not here to attack people. Neither are we here to preach hate or preach violence. No. What we are here is to speak to our fellow Biafrans to stand up for what is right. We are here to encourage our fellow Biafrans to stand up for what is right, to secure their life, to stay safe. Today, you can see that we are already on that very D-Day that we talked about for a very long time. We have gotten to the last point. That day that we have been talking about, have been shouting about, have been preaching about, finally, here are we. How prepared are you today? How prepared are you today? We have been coming a very long way to this very day. And finally, here are we today. We have arrived. We have arrived. And they cannot stop us. No matter how they try, they cannot stop us. They are trying by all means possible, using all manner of ideas, all kinds of attack against us to see that they hinder us. But are we going to be hindered? We will not allow them to hinder us. We will not. That hour has come. The hour has come. You have to prepare your mind. Every Biafran, you have to prepare your mind wherever you are today. We are entering into that very time that we have spoken about for a very long time. That time that our spokesperson, Mazi Ekpa, have been talking about for a very long time. That very time that our supreme leader, Mazi Ekpa, preached about for more than a decade. For more than a decade, our supreme leader, Mazi Ekpa, was crying and shouting about today. About this stage that we are about to enter. How prepared are you? If you are a genuine Biafran, if you are Biafran friend or you're living in Biafran land, if you are seeking for freedom and you are in that zoological republic, prepare yourself for what is coming. My message today mainly is for my fellow Biafran brothers and sisters who are in Biafran land. Wherever you are in Biafran land today, prepare your mind for what is coming. I am asking you, how prepared are you? There is nothing I am going to tell you on this very broadcast today that you have not been told in the past. The battle has been very, very stiff, very tough. That is why you see the challenges we are facing on various platforms. So many of our platforms have been brought down. So many of our platforms where we decimate information have been knocked down because of tomorrow that we're about to enter. You see the kind of attack I'm getting on this very platform. From different angles, from all angles. They make sure they kick people out. But will that make me not to speak? It will not make me not to speak. As long as I still have an opportunity to come online and speak, I am going to speak to Biafran people. And my message is not against any individual. My message is not to preach hate. My message is not to preach violence. My message is to prepare Biafran people for what is coming. To prepare Biafran people for their freedom. To prepare Biafran people for them to acknowledge their legitimate right and pick it up. To remind Biafran people that they have to exercise their right. Exercise their rights. That very right that belongs to them. In the right way. For those of them who are saying, do what you want to do wisely. I am here to tell my fellow Biafran that they must have to exercise their democratic right wisely. And we, the Biafran people, have chosen the way to demonstrate our democratic right. We choose a way to demonstrate our democratic right, which is by sitting at home and not participating in anything called election. We are going into referendum. This is the decision of my people, myself, my brothers and sisters, every one of us as Biafrans, the old southeastern region, which is the present south and the southeast with the lower Benue. This is our general agreement. We have come together and take that resolve that we are going to take our destiny into our own hand, finally. We have agreed within ourselves that we can no longer allow ourselves to be enslaved. We have agreed within ourselves that we are going to take ourselves out of slavery by all means possible. And the only possible means for us to get out of slavery today is by you, by me, standing up to say no to evil. Standing up to say no to enslavement. Not anymore. Not again. Never, ever, ever again. We will not permit that. And that is why today we are doing what we are doing. That very time that our Supreme Leader Mazi has spoken about for a very, very long, for more than a decade. Here it is. Mazi Simon Ekpa did a wonderful job and prepared us for today. He prepared us for what is coming. Now I am asking you, how prepared are you? You that is watching me on the comment section. You that is watching me from Biafra land or any part of the world you are watching from. How prepared are you? How prepared are you? Send call to your families and tell them the right thing to do. Put a call across to your families and tell them the right way to demonstrate their democratic right. Let them know that it is their right to either vote or not to vote. Either to participate in the electoral process or not to participate. That is their right. It is their right. And remind them that we Biafrans collectively, 90% of Biafran people have collectively said that they are going to demonstrate their democratic right by not being part of this democratic process, this electoral process. That they will not be a part of it. And they have chosen a different path to let the world know where they stand, to initiate the referendum of the people. Starting from tomorrow, the Biafran people are going to be in their homes, praying to Chukwu Gabiama, learning the national anthem of Biafra and the pledge, praying for Mazi Nandekano, praying for our ESN, praying for the Liberation Army, praying for Mazi Simon Ekpa, praying for all the Biafran people. The prayer starts from tomorrow, and we'll be at home doing it. Don't allow anybody to deceive you. We have come to the end of the road. What I'm doing today is to remind you of what we have said in a long time. There's nothing new that I'm going to tell you. Just to tell you that very time that Mazi and Nandekano talked about, finally, here are we. That very time that our spokesperson Mazi Samadeko talked about, here are we. We are in it. And as you know, just like Mazi Nandekano told us, that IPOB, which he himself is the supreme leader, is consistency personified. IPOB, that Mazi Nandekano himself is the supreme leader, is consistency personified. We don't change in our words, and our decision remains the same. The only thing we have been asking for, and we continue to ask for, is our freedom. Total and absolute freedom. We have never ever made any request concerning presidency, any post, not even resource control. No. Our life is in danger. We have been made an endangered species in that contraption. And the Biafrans have come together to resolve that we will get out and then defend our territory as much as we can. That is what we are about to do, starting from tomorrow. Any place you are watching me from, how prepared are you? I ask you once again. If you are watching from Biafra land, that very time has come. So many advice have come in the past that you form a group in Biafra land. Form a group. Gather yourself together as a cell group to support each other. Put yourself together as a cell group. When you hear the cry of your brother, you respond and know what is happening. When you see your brother injured, you respond. When you see those who are homeless, you render your home. When you see people who want to be helped, welcome them in. On Ruben Nabanoso, it has to be activated fully. On Ruben Nabanoso has to be activated fully. When you hear the cry of your brother, you don't run away. What you do is to walk towards your brother and know why he or she is crying. When you hear the cry of your sister, don't run away. Walk towards her and find out why is she crying. On Ruben Nabanoso, you don't run away from the cry of your brother or your sister. You walk towards them and ask them, why are you crying? And render solution and help where you can. That is the state of the art. We have preached for a very long time about people stocking up food for themselves, getting rid of necessary requirements. Stock up food for yourself. We have said it time and time again. And reminding you now, I think it's not important. But I still have to remind you that I said it before. So whatever happened, nobody will say today that he's been taken unaware. You're not taken unaware. Something is going to happen. And because of that, that is why we are shouting and talking on different platforms, telling people to prepare themselves. Do not put yourself in harm's way. The enemy is already at the gate. They are boasting and shouting, speaking from different angles. But I tell you, we are not moving an inch. Whatever our spokesperson, Mazi Samadeko, have decided, that is where the Biafran people stand. And whatever our spokesperson, Mazi Samadeko, have said, it is not his decision. Whatever he speaks out is the decision of the Biafran people. The decision of Biafran people, signed and sanctioned by our Supreme Leader Mazi Nandekano. If you think that Mazi Samadeko is speaking his own words, you are a joker. If you think he's fighting for himself, you are as well a joker. If you think he can relent on his words, you are a big joker. I have warned you several times and tell you that whatever Mazi Samadeko says on his platform, you must take it serious. And for those of you who are not following him on Twitter, after this program, run as fast as you can. Go to Twitter
and follow Mazi Simon Ekpa. This is the most important thing you can do at this moment, at this time that we're in. Every Biafran must be on Twitter. This is the time they are going to unleash all manner of propaganda against Biafran people. You know what the Zoological Republic feed on? They feed on propaganda. Just as they have started already using their Russia television to propagate evil and lies against the Biafran people. They use their Russian television to begin to show things that are happening in Lagos. They begin to present it as events in Biafra land, which is false. They have begun to push different kinds of... They are going to push more. They are going to push more. That is why you should be where things are happening. As we come online, as you join this program, share the program to everybody to get it. Any platform you belong, share the program. That is what you need to be doing. Go to Twitter and follow Simon Ekpa. Right, type Simon Ekpa on Twitter. You will see, you follow him. Every single tweet that he tweets, retweet it. He is there responding to every accusation, every attack, every blackmail against the Biafran people. He is there responding directly to people who are supposed to hear it. The only way those people will get the information is when he has enough retweets. The information will be on the top and it will go viral. People will have enough. The governments of the world will be saying it. Every government of the world, every president, they're all in Twitter. Every head of all these organizations, they're all in Twitter. The only way we can present our case before them, for them to see it, because we have written to them, we have talked to them, we have spoken to their agents and whatever. Most of them are bought over. Every of their agents they have in Nigeria is bought over. They have been bought. Amnesty International, United Nations, whatever you can call of them that are in Nigeria, they have been bought over and they will never speak the truth. The only way we can push our information is by ourselves. Sending it forth. Both videos, both audios. Our spokesperson, Mazi Simon Ekpa, is typing. You don't need to just retweet every tweet he tweets. Retweet it. Keep on retweeting. The world is paying attention. That is where the battle of the propaganda will be fought. Media propaganda was used against us during the Civil War. We didn't have access to the media. They blockaded us on media. There was no media coverage of the Civil War in 1967. This time around, Mazi Nande kind of have done a great job and he gave all the social media in our hands. We hijacked it and it's in our hands. We must use it wisely. We must use it wisely. Every single one of us that have an account, either you have a Facebook account, YouTube account, Twitter account, make sure you retweet and repost or share every program you see from the autopiloted IPOB. Every program that autopiloted IPOB conducts, every platform that represents autopiloted IPOB, share their program and retweet it, resend it and reshare it and make it go viral. We are not sending propaganda. What we are dishing out is the truth and nothing but the truth. We have to tell the story of the situation of our country, the story of the situation of our own home, our own place, our nation, by our own self. We cannot allow foreigners, people to sit somewhere in Russia and begin to push lies against us. I will be silent. Every one of you watching, if you don't know how strong Russia is in propaganda and how evil they are when it comes to manipulating the media, that means you are learning. That is why every one of us have to stand up. We have to stand up. We have to prepare ourselves. I ask you again, how prepared are you? Don't allow anybody to deceive you. I told you when I started, I am not telling you anything new. It is something we have said before that I'm just reminding you. If you decide to follow a different thing from what our spokesperson Mazi Simon Ekpa have laid down, it's at your own risk. Whatever happens to you, you will be responsible for it. You can't hold us responsible for anything that happens to you. If you ignore instructions, if you ignore the warnings that you have been given, whatever happens to you, you are going to be responsible for it, starting from tomorrow. It's been 150 days. Warning. It's been 150 days. Expositions. It's been 150 days. Saying one thing or the other, guiding you, telling you what to do and what not to do. Finally, here are we. Tomorrow, it's going to kick off. Things are going to change. The sky is going to change. The wind is going to change. The air that you breathe is going to change. How prepared are you? How prepared are you? Prepare your mind for what is coming. I am not speaking to you to get you scared. Neither am I speaking to you to get you happy. I'm telling you about the reality of life. What is about to happen. Prepare your mind. It is going to get really, really bad before it gets good. It's going to get tough before it gets good. And as I have always said, freedom doesn't come cheap. I saw a video that I watched online. I saw one video that one of our brother in the United States made. I think that should be Malcolm X. When Malcolm X was asked, when he was advising the black people to fight for their freedom in the United States, he sailed them, and until they began to fight for their freedom, until they stopped waiting for somebody to hand them over freedom in a platter of gold, they will never have freedom. He told them that if you expect somebody to fight your freedom and give to you, it means you are not yet free. Malcolm X was speaking. He said, when you call somebody to come and fight for your own freedom, when that person fights for that freedom and give to you, you are not yet free. You are still in captivity. That not until you are ready to pay the sacrifice of freedom, that and only then and only then will you be sure that you are ready to be free. Every Biafran